Hello and welcome. My name is Winfred. I'm a teacher. I teach English and literature. And today we are continuing with the part number 2 of Strange Happenings by Jenny Marima. Kindly, if you have not viewed part number 1, I'll encourage you to look for part number 1 before you can come to part number 2 of this book. Today, like we did in part number 1, we are going through each chapter and I will be talking about the plot. Chapter number 8, part 2 consists of chapter number 8 to chapter number 15. In chapter number 8, it is named Back to Square One. In this chapter, it is after Chao and Mawasi had been helped by the fishermen, to ferry them to where Miss Kanene had been waiting. So by the time they got there, Mawasi had fainted on the boat. He really didn't know what happened until he woke up the following day. So when he woke up, he opened his eyes and he felt like he was in a hospital. So when he looked around, Chow was there with him. And that's when he came to know that he was in the school's dispensary. So in a dialogue, he's informed that he had been asleep for a day. And shortly when they were talking, a nurse came, the school's nurse came, and she checked at Mawasi, and she told him that he was in a great shape and that he was free to leave anytime that he wished. She also told him that his body had his body undergone some shock and stress from what happened at the beach. She even informs him that he had lost a lot of water and that he needed the pain management medicine for his leg. But anyway, they were free to leave anytime that he wished. Before the nurse left the room, Charles stops her. And she inquires about a worker by the name Hamisi. I don't know if you remember Hamisi. So here Chow is inquiring about him, about Hamisi. So the nurse informs them that Hamisi had left the school long time ago. He had retired. So she went to her Facebook app on her phone and she opened her gallery and she pulled up Hamisi's farewell photos, farewell photos from an album. So and she was there showing them Hamisi that worked in their school. So when they looked at him, he was a heavy set man who was around 60s, he's late 60s. And when they looked at the photos, they were very sure that the Hamisi that was in those photos were not the man that they knew, the man that they were looking for. So here they were back to square one. They thought they knew about Hamisi, but then when the photos were pulled up from the Facebook, from the gallery, they came to know that they really didn't know Hamisi. So they were back to square one. In our chapter 9 is called the conspiracy. Sorry. Conspiracy is an agreement between two people to keep some information hidden. So in this chapter, when Chow and Mawasi walked out of the dispensary, they met Miss Kanene waiting for them at the waiting area. So she informed them that she had found out that the two of them were related. So she told them that she had found out that Chow and our main character are related. And remember, the two of them, mainly Mawasi, he didn't want to share this fact with other learners in school. So she also told them that they have to keep what happened at the beach among themselves. Yeah, she didn't want them to share what happened at the beach. Yeah, she told them that a lot of things were strange things were happening in school. And number one, with the school's signboard disappearing now and then, she wouldn't want to add to the bad publicity. So, so Moas was okay, not sure why they want to keep a thing like that to themselves. But anyway, they agreed. But before he could agree, he too had something to ask from Miss Kanene. So he gathered the courage and he told, and he asked Miss Kanene not to let anyone know that Chao was his sister. And they were in an agreement and they shook hands to seal the deal. Chao was not happy about this new arrangement. So when the teacher left, the two of them, yeah, they argued and they fell out. Yeah, so they didn't agree, and they fell out, and each went their own different way. Then we move to chapter number 10. Chapter number 10 is called The Suspect. I don't know if you know who is a suspect. A suspect is okay, not really the one guilty. You can have like 10 suspects, yeah, and after maybe carrying out some investigation, you may find out that this suspect really didn't commit any crime. A suspect the criminal can even be different from the suspect. So what am I trying to tell you? If I maybe this okay, when you look at the suspects that we have in this chapter, none of them really turned to be the signboard thief. So in this chapter, Mawati and Chao did not speak to each other for a while, but this is day when Mawati go to class, he found Chao cheerful, yeah, and she talked to him merrily. So, but they didn't talk about what happened. They didn't talk about their issue, yeah, that made them to fall out. So, he thought that maybe when he got in the class, he thought that maybe he will find Chao mad, but anyway, she had changed her attitude, her attitude, and she was happy. So they talked. So Mawasi got to inform Chao that he wanted to report Hamisi to their class teacher. Remember when he go to that class, yeah, Chao was appointed the prefect, the class secretary. And their class teacher told them that if they had any information about who took their signboard, they should either inform Chao or inform him. Yeah. So now our main character is telling Chao that she's okay, ready now to report what happened at the beach, or to report Hamisi to their class teacher. So in a flashback, Mawasi narrates how he met Hamisi the first day that he got in this school. Yeah, and then Chow gets to inform him that in school they had a CCTV uh, that had been put up to catch the signboard thief, and the security people had failed to catch the thief. So when they were talking, their class teacher, Mr. Gogo, came got in their class. Yeah, he had a double lesson, so he came to teach them. So when he got in, our main character lifted his hands and he told him that he had something that he wanted to talk to Mr. Gogo about. But then Mr. Gogo told him, if whatever you want to tell me is not urgent, we can wait. It can wait. Yeah, I teach you. Then later you will follow me and we will talk about it. So he agreed. So after he agreed and the teaching began, Chow took a paper and he wrote a note saying, "You are doing the right thing." Then he pushed the paper to our main character. So when Mawasi read the note, yeah, he was okay, happy. And when he turned it over, he found their mother's handwriting. So it's okay. It's like, what is okay happening? Why does this paper okay? Why does this paper have their mother's handwriting? Why does it have their mother's handwriting? Okay, hi. So and that is the end of chapter number 9, chapter number 10, sorry. So we come to chapter number 11. Chapter number 11 is called the betrayal. Do you know the meaning of betrayal? Yes, betrayal is when you believe in someone, you trust them. Then you even give them information that you really couldn't wish that everybody knew, but then they betray you. They tell they inform everybody on what you trusted them with. So the betrayal. So remember in chapter number 10, their teacher is okay teaching. And when he's okay teaching, our main character in chapter number 11, he's okay thinking about the paper that he had in his pocket, the paper that had their mother's handwriting. So by this time, his mind had gone to away from the teaching. So he's thinking about the issues on that paper rather than what the teacher is okay telling them. But anyway, the double lesson came to an end. But when the teacher was okay teaching, Chow was not attentive. She would open the locker, yeah. She was looking for something, yeah. Then she would arrange her books and then disarrange them again. She was looking for something, yeah. And this made our main character uncomfortable. But anyway, he the teaching had to go on. So finally, when their teacher had done, on his way out, he told our main character that he can join him for that talk. Remember, when he got in, our main character wanted to talk to him. So when he walked out, when the teacher walked out, our main character is asking Chow to join him, but she told him, "You go on. I'm with you. I'm with you. I won't follow you, but you go on and talk to the teacher." So when they went out there, and remember, he was in the crutch, so he was not fast enough. So it took time to pull his crutch, put it under his armpit, and all that. So by the time he got out, the teacher, Mr. Gogo, was attending to other learners. Yeah. By the time he was done with other learners, they really didn't have enough time to talk. And when they began to talk, it was Mr. Gogo rather who gave our main character information. So they talked about this funny strange thing happening in China. Should I call it China or China? Anyway, so the class teacher is okay. He talked about what is happening in China. He informs our main character that there has been a lockdown because there is this deadly flu that had it was in that country, yeah. And he talked about how it is being transmitted from the infected people to the people who were healthy. He talked about how it was being transmitted. So he talked about sharing, not sharing really, but it was a virus that was introduced to health people through their mouth, with their hands, and through their nose. And he told them that they are reporting cases of this deadly virus that they'll call it coronavirus. It has not been yet reported in Kenya, but it has been reported in countries like in Italy, in Europe, in United States of America and all that. But no case had yet been reported in Kenya. Yeah. So when they were talking, Miss Kanene was now coming to their class for her teaching, her lesson. So they had to part ways. Yeah. So the class teacher left even before our main character could tell him why he had followed him. So before our main character got to the class, Miss Kanene got hold of him. So there is a picture in page number 69. There you can tell that Miss Kanene is not happy. Actually, she's okay, telling him that I hope you will do the right thing. So that one was okay, like a threat. She was okay. Maybe she was panicking that maybe our main character had already told their class teacher about the issue that they had agreed not to tell anyone about, not to tell anyone. So now we move to our chapter number 12. Chapter number 12 is called The Letter. So when the teacher got in, our main character couldn't wait with that letter in his pocket. So I wanted to get out. And the teacher, Miss Kanene, permitted him to go out, though after, telling him, no, you are out before I came in. But anyway, at the end of the day, the teacher allowed him to walk out. So he walked out, yeah, and he found a spot where he could read the letter. Yeah. So he sat under a tree, and he pulled out the letter and he began to read. So in the letter, their mother was okay talking to Chow, and she was really asking her to be, soft with her brother. The mother was okay. He knew that the two of them didn't like each other. And he knew that Chow could really, she was not bothered, with what was happening with the brother. So she had known that the two of them were keeping away from each other. So in the letter, she's okay asking Chow to be patient with the brother, to accommodate him, to be caring, to show love. Yeah. And she's telling Chow that the two of them should work out their differences, maybe until the brother, is in a good state. Yeah. And and she even assures her that she loves the two of them. She loved Chow, and she loved our main character with the equal measure. So she loved the two of them. So after he had read the letter, the tears began to run down his to run down his face. By the time he had finished reading the letter. So our main character, we find him in page number 75. There he is under a tree, yeah, reading the letter. And everybody, we are sure, okay, when you look at the picture, you can see the tears. Okay, in chapter number 13, we call it the return. The return of who? Yeah, the return of Hamisi. Remember, the last time they talked to Hamisi was okay, back when they were at the beach. At the beach, that's when they got to talk to Hamisi, but now he had returned. So in this okay, chapter number 13, it is after our main character had read the letter. So before even he could walk to class, Hamisi came and he carried him in a gunny bag. So he covered his mouth, tied his hands. He put him in a gunny bag and he carried him on his back. And they walked for a short while before Hamisi laid him down and he removed him from the gunny bag. But he warned him not to call anyone, not to shout, yeah. and he told him that he had information that he wanted to share with our main character. So when he began to talk, yeah, he informs him that his real name is Yeri, and that he was a deputy head teacher in Poeza Academy. So this is new information that we are learning in this chapter. So he told Hamisi told our main character that it happened that he got retrenched. And he felt that the retrenchment was not fair. So he put up a fight in the court, yeah, and he got retrenched 7 years ago. So for 2 years they were in the court. So he had to hire expensive lawyers. But the case, at the end of the hearing and all that, he didn't win the case. And all the money that he had been saving, yeah, had been used up. Remember, he's paying the lawyers. So he became a poor man, and the only home that he knew was this school, Poeza Academy. And he told our main character that really he was not the thief. So they agreed that at 3 a.m. the following morning, they should meet. Yeah, and he was ready to show them, to help them catch the real thief in action. So in chapter number 14, it is called the truth. The truth about, the one who has been bringing down the school signboard. Okay. So in this chapter, our main character returns to class and he tells Chow that he had information that will help them to catch the thief. Chow too had information that she wanted to share with our main character. So she told him the CCTV that were put up at their gate, their school's gate, was they were not able, the CCTV was not able to capture the thief. She also informed him that Miss Kanene appeared to be in kind of a trouble, in great trouble. So she had not been attending to her classes and her duties. So it ran in our main character's mind that day, when he was waiting at the bench, waiting to be taken to the dorm. Actually, it was the duty of Miss Kanene to take him to the dorm, but she didn't attend to her duty, and that's how Hamisi uh, got to show him to the dorm. So finally, in that chapter, they agree to meet Yeri at 3 a.m. and to go and find out who the real thief was. And now, finally, chapter number 15. The final chapter. Yeah. Now, in the final chapter, with the help of Yeri, they were able to leave the dorm, and no one got to know that they had left their dorm. Yeah. So he directed them all the way to the gate and at their hiding point. Yeah. So back to the cover of the book, you can see the two, Chow and our main character there. They are hiding and they were ready to find out who the thief was. So shortly, after waiting for long, let me call it long, there came this troop of monkeys. They were three. If I'm not wrong. They were the three of them, yeah. So they walked to where the new signboard had been kept in this school's gate. Yeah, they were four. I'm sorry. So the three of them were they were now removing the school signboard. One of them had gone to block the CCTV. No wonder when the CCTV footage was looked at, it didn't convey, it didn't give a lot of information. So one monkey was standing in front of the CCTV, so they were not able to capture a lot of information through this CCTV footage. So they were shocked. These monkeys appeared to be trained. The way they were unscrewing the nut, I think the nut ama the screws that a family held the signboard on the two frames. Yeah, it was okay, showing that these monkeys were well trained and they knew what they were doing. So they removed the signboard, yeah, and they carried it, and they left, yeah. Chow and our main character are really shocked. Even before they could talk to Hamisi, he was not there. He had left. Yeah, that's why when you're keen enough, in page number 88, we can see the monkeys doing their work. Very trained. So they knew what they were doing. And when you look at where the learners are, there are the two of them and Hamisi. But on our cover, he's not there. Remember, Hamisi is only known to the two of them. No one knows about him. Yeah. So by the time the monkeys had gone with the signboard, our main character tries to talk with Hamisi, but he found that he had gone. So while they were there, they heard their class teacher calling out their names. Chao, Mwawasi. So the two of you have been the signboard thief all along. Yeah. So they were caught rather than the class teacher catching the monkeys. The class teacher caught them. So they tried to tell him that they were not the thieves, that the monkeys were the thieves. But in the normal life, no one can believe that monkeys really can steal an entire can steal the school signboard. So they were unable to convince their class teacher that really they were not the thieves and that the monkeys were the real thieves. Yeah. So their class teacher took them to a room and he kept there. He kept there until it was okay. From I think 4:45 a.m. to 6 a.m. in the morning. So when he came to, and before he could lock them in that room, he called the police and informed them that indeed they had caught the thieves. Yeah. So at 6 a.m., the door flew open. It was their class teacher informing them that they have even a heavier matter than the signboard. So he told them that the first case of corona virus or COVID-19 had been reported in the country and that they were preparing for their transport back home. So everybody in the school had been, the teachers had called the parents to come and fetch all the learners in school because, our country now was in a lockdown. I don't know if you remember that time when you didn't have to attend school. Yeah. Do you remember when that was? It was in 2020. Yeah. I don't know which grade you are in, but that's the time that in our book, these two learners had to go home for because of COVID-19. So we are left in suspense. So we don't know what happened. Yeah. We don't know what happened to Madam Kanene, Miss Kanene. We don't know what happens to Hamisi. We don't know who is training these monkeys to come and take the signboard. So a lot of information had been left out. Yeah. And, when you look at the book, it is called Strange Happenings. So many strange happenings have happened in that school. The monkeys taking the signboard. This man Hamisi, who is not known to anyone in school apart from now Chow and our main character. A lot of strange happenings have been talked about by Jenny Marima in her book. So I want to encourage you to go look for them. Yeah, and I will get to share about these happenings when we meet again in another video, as while we are looking at the themes, the styles. We talk about these characters and the strange happenings in this school. Pweza Academy. I really hope this video will be of help to you. Yeah, remember to check out my part 1. So check out part 1 and part number 2, and remember to like the video. Thank you very much, and bye bye. Thank you.